pointed out this is the major difference between modern medicine and alternative medicine like yoga or homeopathy, where modern medicine uses billions and billions of dollars to fabricate and make medications and somehow kill the germs and finish them off and vaccinate and whatever they do. But the what is the what is the subtler meaning behind infection or epidemic, even what we are facing right now, and what is meaning behind disease and discomfort and the pathology that we are going through? Are we open enough to kind of rewind and go back and examine what it actually is, and in that examination or awareness we may find much more subtle solutions? I think, am I right? Is there where we are leading?
Yes, I would agree with that summary.
Yeah, yeah. So that brings us to our second question as to what is healing in the first place. How do you see the process of healing, and how, in your experience, we can facilitate that, or what is it that we can go towards to, you know, um, take us forward in the journey of healing? Because the other side, of course, is to go to the doctor and say, pump me with pills.
Hmm.
Now we are talking about the alternative.
So I think, Dr. Rajan, this is a very deep question, and I think most people recognize, irrespective of whether they believe in one pathi or the other, that you know, resolution of symptoms is not health, and uh, everybody today agrees that diet, lifestyle, stress play the most important role, defining role in a person's well-being. But I would like to little bit go away from these kind of well-known or almost cliched areas, to share a couple of thoughts if you feel they are relevant. See, the first, you may remember that some years back I came to you with a question, and my question was that I had been observing for, I would say, the last 30 years or so, some stalwarts of industry, including my father and people in other companies. I think it is best not to name them, but I would say of my father's generation. And generally, when the discussion was about professionalization of business, it used to be said by such people that once we are 60, we will retire, and that somehow stuck in my head. But then I observed as time passed that as these people became 60, 65, 70, they kept shifting that goalpost. Suddenly, the right age for retirement became 65, then it became 70, then it became 75, etc.
It
So,
was basically 5 years plus their current age.
moving,
like blood pressure.
no moving target. So, so it was a puzzle for me, because I thought, okay, now, and this I remember, it was on my 50th birthday when I had come to see you in Mumbai. Um, and so I asked myself, or rather, I said to myself that I must ask you this question, that what is the right age to retire? And I was very surprised because you did not even pause for a second. Your immediate answer to me was, the only thing we have to retire in life is our ego. So I realized that in thinking about the retirement age from a job, I had been kind of trapped in the question. I did not think outside the question. Um, and that is why kind of I didn't come up with a better answer myself. So I would use this example, although it was not in the context of healing, it was in a very different corporate context. I would use this example to say that this applies to everything. Now, how much one can retire the ego and what process one follows to do that is up to each one. But definitely, um, I have become more and more aware in last 18 years of how much of what I want to do or not do, or know someone, not know someone, um, be confident of something or fear something, um, like something or someone or dislike. How much of all the choices I uh, feel the need to make is actually driven by ego, in the broadest sense of the word ego. And I would like to believe, and I have seen by actual experience, that when that sensation changes inside of me, when my remedy and potency is right, I experience a certain, not just calm, ease, lightness, but actually freedom. So I think this experience of calm and ease and peace is nice. But the real liberating feeling is that of freedom, I feel. Like there is a saying, the truth will set you free. I would say that true healing really sets you free. Not only in the mind, not only in the heart, but I have experienced in my yoga also. Because when I feel healed and I go to do yoga, I feel I am extraordinary on the mat that day. The way I can do the yoga, the way I can enjoy it, is a different level altogether.
So, if I may ask you, what are we free from? When you say you feel free, what is it free from?
it is, I would simply say, it is free from all of the attachments we have, or I have myself created in my conscious or subconscious mind for myself, which at a particular point of time seem very demanding, challenging, onerous, or pressurizing to me. But when I am healed by homeopathy and even by yoga, the yoga builds upon that. Um, and it is not just yoga and homeopathy. I mean, for me to be here in Rishikesh, in this environment, to be at my other favorite place, which is Phuket, in a similar environment, to be in my garden with my feet grounded with my dogs, these are all healing processes or therapies for me. But the end result is, of course, feeling of ease and calm and happiness and joy. But I think above all of that, at least for me personally, is a feeling of freedom. And that's why the second example, other than,
If I may interrupt
yeah,
you just for a moment, I'll just paraphrase again what you said. And I think, that the word healing itself is coming from the word whole. This is
whole.
this where its root is. To heal means to become whole.
Hmm.
And what is the opposite of whole is to become a separate self.
Hmm.
So the sense of separateness, that I am this individual with this goal, with this agenda for myself, etc., is actually the ego in some sense.
Right.
So when the ego is retired or dissolved, what happens is you become part of the whole. You don't remain an individual self. So this actually is the thing that creates the experience of freedom also, and also motivates you in some sense to do everything that is healthy in terms of diet, exercise. You see, when you feel part of the whole, you want to come to a place of nature like this and be
Right.
with the river and the mountains and the trees. You don't want to go to the bank and write checkbooks
Yeah.
normally,
Or
because
Las
that,
Vegas.
or Las Vegas, I think, is okay also. It's a different kind of freedom.
Jackpot.
I haven't been there, but anyway, uh, you know. So you are, when many times people say, speak the truth, help other people, love other people, be generous. But in my philosophy, you shouldn't do any of this. And the reason is quite simple, because whatever you are doing, you are forcing yourself to do. You don't want to be generous, and somebody says, be generous, give. It won't last very long. But if you purify yourself to an extent where you feel like there is no other than you, then generosity and love will become spontaneous attributes. You don't have to force it upon you to love somebody else, even if it is your enemy, because you see that that guy who's hurting you is another side of you.
Right. Well, I cannot say honestly that I have come that far in this journey, but definitely I feel I have made significant progress there because a lot of what you said, I have felt it, sensed it, I can relate to it. And the second example I would like to give, or the second word, like the first word to me, healing means is freedom. The second, and maybe this comes from the fact again that I have studied something, I have worked in a what I believe is an excellent company, and by excellent company, I don't mean anything other than working with excellent colleagues. I mean, I have really been fortunate to work with people who are totally world class in what they do, whether they are creating products, whether they are making products, whether they are selling products, or or managing everything that goes around it. So, having been conditioned by that, I would say that the second meaning of the word healing to me is a kind of evolution. What I mean by this is that, in the words of Osho said something like this, I believe. He said, when the shoe fits, the foot is forgotten. I have interpreted that to mean that a person like me would normally be quite preoccupied with the foot. Where is my foot? What is it like? Is it comfortable? Is it strong? Is it well? Stuff like that. Um, and what I understand Osho to mean is that when you find something, shoe being a metaphor for that something, when you find something that fits, then the foot is forgotten. So when you find something in life that fits you, that makes you feel whole, perhaps as you described, then the comfort you feel in that zone is so great that you forget the lesser stuff. You forget the palace then, because this vista fits me. Then the palace becomes less important. So I think ultimately I feel, not ultimately, but I do feel that healing, true healing, which gives greater joy to the person, um, should also, or perhaps is also, a feeling where, whether we call it purpose or direction or meaning, something like that you find in life, which fits you very well.
It's as if like you are fulfilling a role in some sense, it fits you like that, you can say.
Yeah, I mean, it is just that you find your niche,
Right.
and you are very happy then to fall into that microcosm. Maybe there are some other like-minded people or not, I'm not very sure, but it just fits, and you become totally at ease. Your foot becomes totally at ease because this shoe just fits so comfortably.
Yeah.
And there is a oneness between foot and shoe. You don't know where the foot ends and where the shoe begins, kind of thing.
Yeah, this is what I felt, that when you find your purpose, when you find your role, when you find the niche, when you find what creation has meant you for rather than what you want to do, the main feeling you get is the feeling of complete ease and comfort. This is where I belong, I have come home. This kind of feeling, I think that's what you are
Yeah,
referring to.
exactly that one. So I would say these could be perhaps freedom and such evolution into this kind of a zone. Uh,
So
maybe.
what you are saying also is similar to what you said earlier, that the healing has to begin at a subtle level and not at the level of, let me eat this diet, or it's a vegan diet or a gluten free diet or vitamins, or I have to do so much 9,000 steps in a day, or whatever, the cliched kind of fads, one would say, which I'm not saying are wrong. I'm saying they may be perfectly correct, but the motivation for these have to come from a higher kind of healing, which is basically the healing of our spirit. And
That's
if it starts there, then, if you are content in yourself, why would you drink so much or